Happy Friday, everyone. I'm so excited to be here, spend some time with you on this amazing Friday. I wish you guys could see the view I have right now. I am currently in Croatia, in Split. Haven't been before. Actually, I haven't never really heard about it. Hello, Svetlana. Hello, Mary, Catherine. Hello, Nadia. Hello, Stephanie. So cool to see you guys here. Yes, I'm currently in Croatia, in Split. Obviously, I've heard about Croatia before, but never really about Split. And never really had a desire or was on my bucket wish list for traveling to come here. And somehow, surprisingly, the universe guided me to be here. And I have to admit, I'm really in love. It's such a beautiful vibe. You have mountains, you have the ocean. It's very green. And yeah, we just decided now to spend the whole month of August here. And obviously, I've never watched Game of Thrones. Probably I stopped watching shows after Gossip Girl. So if you ever wonder if I know any TV shows, if it was before Gossip Girl, the times of Gossip Girl, my answer probably is going to be yes. And any time after Gossip Girl, I'm almost 100% sure my answer is going to be no, I don't know the show. So but those of you who've watched Game of Thrones, you probably know, but I didn't know, that they actually filmed some seasons here in Croatia, in Split. So a lot of Game of Thrones fans are here. It's a big thing. So I brought a topic with me I would like to talk to you about, which we were talking about super intensely in my mastermind in Awaken the Millionaire this week. And we had a wealth prosperity activation happening on the 8th. So if you are part of the riches, you are part of my world, you know what I'm talking about. And it was very intense, this activation. And I also asked, it was actually pretty wild, who of you has experienced from like the beginning of August till now, end of July, really a tremendous change? Like things are breaking, things are not working, just a lot of unexpected things happening, changing in this time frame. And so many people responded, that's me. It happened to me. And I could add 1,000 things to this list. Also currently navigating through a lot of big changes. And this is really the power of the Lionsgate portal, this time we are currently in, that the manifestation power is super strong. So what happens when we ask for more money, more relationships, more clients, whatever, we think, our mind thinks, oh, the way it's gonna happen is very linear. So all of a sudden, the clients, the money is gonna fall from the sky and it's there. This is like the best case dream Cinderella scenario, how manifestation happens, how attractions happen. But it's not true. It's not true. And this brings me to today's topic, actually, how to handle more money. Because money is just energy. So the underlying question here is, how do you actually handle more energy? How do you handle more energy if the universe, if you receive more energy in form of clients complaints, clients telling you they love you, people coming, people leaving, people paying, people not paying. The underlying assumption here, it's all energy. And the question is, how do you handle it? And very often what we do is like, oh, something good happens, more clients come, they all pay, we say, oh my gosh, this is wonderful, this is amazing. And the universe says, okay, I bring you more of this. So what happens, let's say clients don't pay, you receive messages, you don't like the negative parts of business. We say, oh, stop it, I don't want this, I don't like it. So the universe also says, okay, I stop the energy. But energy is neither good nor bad. It's just neutral energy. So what happens, the moment we say stop to energy, we say stop to money, it happens on all levels. So especially when things break during Lion's portal, it's just more energy. And the way you respond to those kind of situations in life, how you navigate through them, when things are not going in the way you desire, how you react, and how you're currently leading yourself, how you're leading your tribe through those kind of transformational processes are going to be the game changer on how to cash that frequency into money. The moment we understand how the universe operates, it always says yes, and it only sends you situations which you can handle. Because if you go back through your life and all the things that happened, especially all the unpleasant things, isn't it amazing that you're still here? The way you received things happened so that you still can navigate through it. It's never more. We only receive how well we can handle it, any situation. I repeat, we only receive how well we can handle all the situations. And now it's our chance to say, oh, cool, thank you. I'm receiving extra energy. I see it. I know how it works. And I'm navigating through it. And I can't wait to cash in that extra energy into money. But what most people do is, oh, something happens I don't like. It's unpleasant now. I'm going to say stop. Too much energy. But if you basically say to the universe, oh, this is too much energy. I can't handle it. But the universe only sends you how much you can handle. You're not going to receive more money. And it's very activating for a lot of people when I talk about it like this. Because we're so programmed to say, it's the others. It's always the others. It's always the others. And it's so easy. It's so easy to say, oh, it's always the others. And whenever things don't go the way I desire them, I always see, obviously, how I can navigate through them. And once I navigated through them, I always take time for contemplation to actually see and do a reflection. What was my energy in this situation? And could I have done anything differently to attract this kind of situation not again in the future? And very often the answer is yes. So in this Friday life, I really desire for you to do some deep contemplation, how you've been navigating through the last week, through the last weeks. Last 2 weeks, actually. What have you added to the Lionsgate portal? What were the things you asked for? And what were the things you've already received? And how did you navigate through them? And it's very interesting because a lot of people always say, I want the melons, I want the melons, I want the multi-melons, I want to make more money. But they're not capable of actually holding this energy. They're not capable of holding more. And this is the reason why you also don't receive more. Because the way the universe operates, I repeat again, is you only receive the things how well you can handle it. And if the universe already sees you struggling with the amount of energy you're receiving currently, it's not going to send you more because it doesn't want you to die. So your first task always is, especially when asking for more, wherever you are currently financially, tremendously more money, it's always going to be how well can you navigate and handle the current energy you have? No matter if you like it or not. Energy is neutral, money is neutral. It's your perception. How well can you lead yourself? This is another topic we can do next Friday. Personal leadership. There's so many people out there that are leading other people, but they don't lead themselves. I'm repeating. There's so many people out there that are leading others, but they can't lead themselves. And it doesn't mean that we're all here to learn. That all of a sudden you have to lead yourself in all areas of life. But hey, when you're a coach in business, when you're a coach about sales, it would be pretty cool if I'm leading myself in this area and not just preaching. Doesn't mean that I'm perfect. I will always tell you, whenever you ask me, especially, hey, what are you navigating through? There's a lot we talk about in my masterminds, in my one-on-ones. I share all of this, what's happening, how I'm navigating through it, because people can learn and people can see. It's very inspiring for others to see how a leader navigates through change. It's very interesting for you to see on a boat how a captain is navigating or sailing the boat. It's not just when the weather is nice, but when it's stormy and windy out there. We learn a lot so much by just watching others, how they are navigating through life with its ups and downs. So the question just is, how are you showing up for yourself? Not how are you showing up so others are gonna say, oh, this is amazing, you look so great, oh wow. I feel this is a fake and phoniness of this world we've been seeing for such a long time, and it's falling apart more and more. Obviously, it's my own personal perception, but the more fake and phoniness in all areas of life is falling apart. We're done with it. There's a very interesting comment from Think Upside Down. Fortunately, I don't see your name. It's the only thing I don't like on Instagram lives, that I don't see your real names, just the Instagram names. But many people, including me, are better in Storm, I think. It's not true. Thank you for this comment, and I hope it's okay that I can elaborate on it. It's not true. How the universe operates, you always receive in... Ah, thank you, Stephanie. I feel it's just a different vibe, and I could say your first name and not your Instagram name. Thank you. And the magic is, I personally believe we can't navigate better through storms. The thing is, and it's so funny, I should have recorded my breakfast conversation with that, because this is a perfect example for what you mean. So for a long time, Ed and I have been talking about a program, a membership. It's gonna be, I'm not sure on the final name, but it's gonna be something about the tools. Because so often people always ask me, which tools are you using for social media? Which tools are you using for your legal things? Which tools are you using when you book a private jet? Like in all areas of life, like really all over the place. And I thought the other day, a month ago, wouldn't it be cool if we have a membership? It's called The Tools, and every month, every week, whatever the rhythm is going to be, I haven't decided yet, I'm sharing the tools I use in my business. Because there's so much knowledge, there's so much wisdom. I've tried so much. If you know anything about human design, I'm a 4-line. Meaning, I just have the greatest network. Whatever's on your mind and you need something, no matter what, if it's a person, if it's a tool, I have the answer. It just comes naturally to me. So I thought, oh, it's so easy, so natural, I can't take money for it. Yeah, so here I am, already made multi-millions in the last year, still being at the same point, yeah, I can't take money for this, it's so easy. And Ed was always, but you should. It's so valuable because you've tried so much. Every time there's something new out there, you're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm always like, looking at you and it's amazing. How do you know all of this? Oh, I don't know. It just came to me. I feel like tools and networks just come to me. Oh, really? As a foreline? What a surprise in humans. What a surprise. So, back to the story. Why we feel sometimes we can navigate better through storms. So what happened? I haven't launched this membership yet because 1,000 other reasons in my head. So now the universe made me move, sending me stormy weather. What happens? Now I had to move. Now we're going to launch this membership. And if you're on my email list, you will love it because a founding member special for the tools is going to be on the email list this weekend. So if you haven't signed up, there's a link in the bio. It's a good time to do it. And back to your question, back to your comment, Stephanie. We first and always receive the impulse in a super easy, fun way. As in this case, as an idea. Oh, wouldn't it be cool just to do this? Oh, I should do this. And I'm like, yeah, I could, but it's not blah, blah, blah. Whatever this, the head, the inner voice is saying in this moment. So what happens? The voice gets louder and louder. The impulse gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and we ignore it till the storm is so stormy, so windy, so crazy, we have to navigate through it. And the universe doesn't want us to learn through pain. It's not part, it doesn't have to be part of our experience. But why so many of us, and for me it became less, but I'm still having certain situations, like what I'm telling you about the tools right now, and this membership, that sometimes we don't listen to the impulse, but it's so good, it's so important. It's so important for us to make the move. It's so important for us to navigate, to take a big jump, to take a big leap, and we don't. So what happens? This message, this movement, this energy is hitting you stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, because when the pain is so big in a human, we start listening. We all of a sudden start listening to our soul. We all of a sudden start listening to our inner guidance. So I deeply, deeply invite you, all of you, ask yourself, hey, when you feel like, wow, this is really painful, it's like a really strong, stormy situation I'm navigating through right now, can you ask yourself, don't have to share it with anyone, did I miss an impulse? Have I received this impulse, this idea to do something before? And 99.9%, you find the answer, yes, I did. So for the future, if you start listening to your inner guidance more and more, and the feedback I've received from the activations, from the Lionsgate Prosperity Activation was so tremendous. So what I'm gonna start is monthly activations. And it's all gonna be about this, tuning inside, listening, hearing, how can I actually really understand my soul, my impulses. And it's something I'm learning for years, and I'm getting better and better and better at it. And I deeply believe the better and the faster we come at picking up the impulses, trusting and acting, the faster we move towards our current goals or wherever we desire to go in life. And this is very often when you see it, that you think like, how is this possible that some people make so much money? How is it possible that when it feels unlogical, when it seems like too good to be true, it's just because people are in alignment and acting. It's very important. Acting permanently on the impulses they receive without knowing where it leads you to. to sum this up for today, asking for more money requires you first to hold more energy. Very often this comes in ways you don't desire. It comes in different ways, different forms. Can you handle it? And if the answer is yes, and you navigate through it in a different way compared to how you've done it in the past, the next question is, how and when can I cash in that frequency? Oh, thank you so much. Learned so much from you here in the last season. Happy to be in service and share. And the other question we discussed, coming from you, and I love it when you guys ask questions. In a way, why does it feel sometimes easier to navigate through a storm and move then? Why are we better at it? Thing is, I deeply believe we're not better at it. It's just a time when we actually listen, and it's a time when we have to move. And this is the hardest. Like, if you ask me, which million was the easiest, although it was the longest it took me to earn, it was my first million. It took me a year, the very first million, my first year. And the thing is though, I permanently had to move. Because when I started my business with 300 euros in my bank account, obviously I didn't have savings. There were a couple times I didn't know how to pay my rent. I had to sell from the beginning and I had to move. Whereas the moment you start making more money, you have some savings, you become comfortable, the way you move, you kind of become, at least for me, I kind of became lazy to take those big leaps, to take those big steps. So I actually experienced a dip after, I think, 2 million. The first 2 million I made. Because it was comfortable. I'm used to it. I had to learn, hey, no, it's always a growth. And this is, I think, the hardest. Checking in, where are you currently comfortable in your life? What is like repeating over and over again? You know, it's very hard when, I know this is a very luxury perspective and it may activate a couple things in a couple of you. But when you have everything and then you ask for more, what happens automatically in our brain? We compare to others. Oh, why should I ask for more? I already have so much more. I already have the house. I already have the car. I already have the relationship. I'm already having the health. It's very, it takes a different motivation to really, in a way, to push yourself to the top percent in your field. The other day I read a sign, and I think this is an excellent closing quote. The other day I read a quote and it was, the only difference, or the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little bit of extra. And I thought this was so brilliant because it's nice, it's comfortable, it's pretty easy to move from the lower part, however we define it, to the ordinary part, to the average. But then once you're already average, to move from that above average, where less people push themselves to. You know what I mean is like you live on a road, like you live on a street. Currently, let's say you live in a condo, but you desire to have a house. Now you see everyone in your street already is living in a townhouse. So it's easy. Oh, okay, now the next step is like, okay, now I live in a townhouse. But now, let's say all the villas, all the mansions are so far away, they're not even in your energetic field, they're not even in your neighborhood, maybe they're not even in your city or in your town. To push yourself there while you're living in a condo, in a townhouse, is very uncomfortable. Why? Because your environment is very different. It's just average. It's just ordinary. But going to extraordinary is very uncomfortable because you can't see it right now. And this happens, and especially the moment we start making more money. I read the other day that it's about 0.003% of the people on this planet are billionaires. It was 0.003% of the people on this planet are billionaires. I have to see for next Friday if I find the data about millionaires. But just let's be super spacious here. Let's say 2% of the population worldwide is a millionaire. So you see, it means 89% of the people you're surrounded by will have less than you. And would you agree if you're surrounded by 89 people of the world that say, why do you need this? It's not important. It has an effect on you, on your system. And how much discipline you have to push into those upper limits, upper rooms. Whole new topic we can talk about. But for now, whatever happened in this crazy lion's portal, the question always is, how are you navigating through life when you receive extra energy from the universe? No matter if you personally like it or not, it's all about seeing it from the perspective of our extra energy. How am I navigating through this? And depending on that, the next step afterwards is I can cash in that extra energy into something else. This is my message for you for this amazing Friday. So happy you're here. Always fun to spend time with you. Friday. I will see you either next Friday here on Instagram. As I'm still gonna be in Croatia, it's gonna be the same time, 10 a.m. It's, I think, Central European time currently. And if you're on my email list, be happy. As we are launching the tools, it's gonna be so much fun because I can't even say this. I've been collecting the tools for probably 4 months. So I'm gonna have to laugh at myself that the universe pushed me now to do this. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's also gonna have the monthly activation included. And if you already know, no matter the program, no matter what's happening, masterclass tools, whatever is happening in my world, you know, the riches is for you. It's a one-year journey to have it all, and basically all the programs except like life coaching, masterminds, etc. But like all masterminds, all master trainings, all activations, the tools, everything else I'm coming up with, you will have access to in this year. And everything I talked about, you will find in the link in my bio. And I'm happy you're here, happy to teach you, happy to talk to you about money, to grow our prosperity together, our abundance. And I think it's the greatest for everyone. If you, with the work you do, you can make yourself rich, as in I earn truly what I desire, no matter the amount, and you can help others to do the same. I think for me, it's been one of the most incredible things. So I'm just so grateful you're here, and I see you next Friday. Mwah.